Hey, Artful Matter students. We're having a technology day today, and interestingly enough, it would have been a snow day anyway. So we are going to do some art together, and I picked tools that you have at home, I'm sure of. Basic Sharpie. If you don't have a basic Sharpie, this is the permanent fine point, not the extra fine point. And Summer, would you mind closing the curtains on the one closest to the door? You can use a black magic marker if you don't have this at home. Then I'm using a basic ballpoint pen, any kind of ballpoint pen. No, honey, the one. Oh, apparently it's the other one. Or else light's still coming through. Okay, it's that one. That's okay. We're gonna roll with it. I'm also going to color in using my favorite Prismacolor color pencils. But you can use crayons, you can use markers, you can use watercolor. Now, what kind of paper should you use? If you have cardstock, that's excellent. If you have watercolor paper, I am going to use the back of some colorful paper from a Jane Davenport pad of decorative paper that's used for art projects and scrapbooking and journaling, because it's cardstock, it's thick, it's a nice white backing, and then I can put this into my journal by folding it in half and glue along the spine, and then you'll be able to see both sides. So I'm doing it so that I can use it for the future. So what I'm going to do is what the Friday class, if you were in my Friday Artful Matters class in Bowie, we did this because most people had already finished the banyan trees. If you are in the Laurel campus, you're a week, a little bit behind what they're doing on a different schedule because you did have a snow day. So it doesn't really matter. This is a way for you to create at home and to just keep yourself constantly creating. Okay, so lots of other activity going on. What we did was to just make a design, make a pattern without lifting the pen. And in Friday's class, you'll remember, students, if you're in Bowie, we use a pencil. But today I'm going to use a pen. And I'm going to not lift my pen. I'm going to make swirls and loops and angles and whatever shapes. So give me a minute. Curly cues. Looks like a pattern is emerging here. Okay, so I lifted my pen, so I'm going to stop because I'm shortening this process because you don't want to sit and watch me color for an hour. This is the pattern that I came up with. Inside of this pattern, I'm going to put my pen back down now a second time and create some new patterns. We've been doing a lot of circles and artful journaling, so I'm going to find some circle themes. I'm going to put another one here, or maybe 3. And a couple here. I'm varying the sizes. These could just as easily be squares. I'll do some clusters of circles. I'll show you different sizes. Okay, probably do some more of those in a little bit because I like that look. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take my ballpoint pen and make some patterns. You can think of a checkerboard pattern, waves. You might want to go to Pinterest and look up Zentangles. We've done Zentangles in class before. Let's see if my ballpoint pen is working. Might be to the end of that one. Let's find another one. So I just want you to see, don't go out and buy anything. Just use things that you have at home. Okay, so I'm going to make a checkerboard. Looks like we don't use ballpoint pens very much around here. All right, there's more where that came from. Here's similar to a ballpoint pen. It's a very, very super micro point Sharpie. Okay, so 3 times the charm. This one's working. I'm doing a checkerboard pattern, and when you do the checkerboard, you want to have uneven stripes so that you can juxtapose the checkers in your checkerboard. Okay, so I made all my stripes this way. I'm working on this piece right here, and now I'll cross that. I'm counting out to have uneven numbers. Okay, now I'm going to come back in and color that like bricks every other one. So I'm going to make that in another circle now. Okay, there's another one. And now I'm going to make one that's not in the circle, but inside of one of these patterns. So that way I'll have 3. The odd numbers are more attractive to the eye. So let's do 3 different places where we find that checkerboard. Again, I'm going to use uneven numbers, even though it's not going to be a traditional checkerboard just contained in a traditional shape. So basically, I'm kind of making a form of a Zentangle here. All right. Okay, so there's another kind of checkerboard pattern there. And I'm going to put these black pens down now and start coloring. So I'm thinking of a theme with red, blue, and orange. I'm going to use these blues, this orange, and this. I wonder if I can pause this for a minute. Let's see. I don't think I can. All right, so I'm just going to do one of the checkerboards, and you'll get the idea. Let's see if my camera can turn down here. There we go. And you can watch for a minute. When you're doing your coloring for class this week, you're designing, put on some nice music in the background. Let's get a little bit of orange in there. Okay, I'll go back to blue. I think I'm going to use a different blue now. This is blue cerulean, light cerulean blue. Yes, that is someone blowing their nose in my house in the background, having class in a real house, because that's where you should do most of your art in your everyday life. So I'm going to continue with this coloring and fill in all of the patterns that I've made. Bring the pattern that you make to class. You can follow these same kind of swirls. What you end up with is totally different than how you start. And I've had many students over the year end up with patterns over the years that were frameable. They were so beautiful, they should have been framed. So yeah, let's see what we come up with. Bring your piece to class next week. If you didn't finish doing those banyan trees with oil pastels, we'll have some time to finish that. Wednesday class, we're doing this on watercolors, with watercolors in a different type of a way. And some more great things coming up, some exciting stuff coming up with some clay I just ordered for class, some clay and weaving and planets. How do you put together planets and clay and weaving all together and paint to make a really amazing, beautiful piece of artwork? Stay tuned, you'll find out. Keep coming to class. So enjoy the snow. You can do this tonight when it's dark. Go outside, throw some snowballs at somebody. Have a great day.